So I'm going to try and do this one-handed. So this is how my morning starts every morning. Today I've got a day off. So I'm just going to unclip. Yeah, today I've got a day off. It's Friday, and going to unwrap the bike. So I normally end up doing this in the dark in the winter before I set off for work. And there's the beast. Actually, I cleaned her about 2 days ago, so she's not too bad. But it was absolutely filthy. The roads around Wiltshire. Just going to stick this in my shed with all my junk. There you go, my trusty toolbox. So, as I was saying, yes, I cleaned about 2 days ago, and the roads around Wiltshire are absolutely filthy. We need proper rain to get rid of all the mud. So, just a quick walk around, nothing major. You can see the paint's come off the engine. I've not bothered to repaint it. I'm not precious about the bike. I keep it clean and tidy as much as I can, and I also maintain it well. But things like this, if I repaint it, it's just going to get all worn and scratched and chipped again. So I just keep it clean, give it a bit of a polish. One thing I have got trouble at the moment is the back brake keeps sticking, and I think it's the linked brakes. It's a 3-pot piston, a caliper rather, and the middle piston keeps sticking. Now around this side there is, I've been suitably informed because I never thought of it before, this thing here is a master cylinder that works in conjunction with this caliper, and I think that this is sticking and this operates the middle piston on the back caliper. So before I start riding every morning at the moment, what I have to do is get a bit of rag and an old shirt of mine, and I have to do this. Rattle that caliper to free off that middle piston. Once I've done that, works fine. Every now and again it'll stick. Put the rag back. So I've got a kit. And at some point when I get time, I was hoping to do it today, but I haven't got time today. I'm gonna change that caliper, hopefully with the help of my trusty friend Andy of AC Automotive in Melksham. He's very good at the tricky stuff. I'm very good at the monkey wrench labouring stuff. So hopefully we'll get some sort of job done on that. So I've added crash bars because the fairings are no longer available, and I found the bike tipped over in a hedge just in this position but up against the hedge. Somebody nudged the bike. I've added some day running lights. I've got wave discs on the front. That's nothing to do with fashion. I was a stupid boy and I left my padlock on and tried to pull away one day. Wave disc on the back, just because the original one was too thin, wore out. Wave disc, new sintered pads which you can't see. Put those in the other day. I've got an X-ring chain and sprocket, filter gel battery, F1R exhausts. Sound lovely. I'll start the bike up in a second and you can hear. And what else have I done? Obviously I've got my top box. Couldn't do without that, as much as I don't like it on there. It's worth its weight in gold. Aftermarket screen. I bought this screen, was about this high, and I've slowly cut it down to fit my height, and it works wonderfully. And then I put this flip up one on, one to see if it wasn't a gimmick, and two to see if it actually worked, which it does. And I can adjust it, although I must say I haven't, but I can adjust it. And with that on, it enables me to ride my bike with my visor up and get no wind blast in my eyes or on the top of my head. So for me it's just right. Heated grips, they've been on there since I've had the bike and they still work. Oh, come on, key. Standard dials, obviously speedo rev. Fuel light, I haven't got a fuel gauge, which is annoying. But the fuel light comes on and then I know I've got 30 miles of fuel left. On average I get around, I would say about 220 miles including reserve. So fuel economy isn't great. Some of the other things I've done, I've replaced the master cylinder on the front, I've replaced the master cylinder on the back down there. Again, all with the help of my friend Andy from AC Automotive. I will promote him because he's a really good mechanic. I've got an aftermarket shock. The original shock started leaking. Don't think you can see it. Nah, bike's too dirty, but in there, maybe just a little bit, just there, you can see a red YKK shock. It's manually adjusted, and you can also adjust it for height about an inch, which does actually make a difference. I've put these on to protect the tank. It's had a second-hand tank repainted because in there the little hole inside the filler neck actually was blocked, and I couldn't unblock it, so fuel, every time I opened up the fuel cap, water poured in the winter. You can see it's, you know, it's worn. It's got, keep showing me number plate. It's got lots of little bits of wear. The handlebars need repainting. All this needs redoing. This mirror is horrible. I hate it. It's a cheap Chinese knockoff because on one of my, I've kind of dropped this bike 3 times. Twice because the side stand wasn't out properly. It was my fault on gravel, and I had to lay the bike down stationary, and this snapped. I bought this one off of eBay, but it is disgusting. So that's one of the things that's definitely coming off in the summer, and I may get an original to put back on. A few scratches and stuff around. I've put this on because one of the reasons I bought a new screen is I had a stone chip right there, and it actually feather cracked the screen, and I thought if that happens to the headlamps are 300 quid second hand, so let's put a little £20 screensaver on. I've got a trickle charger which I use every night. So let's start her up. Hopefully she'll start. Sometimes she can be a bit finicky. Let's give it a go. There we go. Sounds lovely. Anyway, we're going to get on and ride.